Hello! Today we're back in the Galloway Hills, back to the range of course they're in, but with a twist. We're going to be doing the Rinds of Kells. I'm back with Hubert. Say hello. Hello! He's all wrapped up. It's currently -2. It's about 8:30 AM. We've just left the car behind us, and as you can see, things are a wee bit whiter than last time. It's been snowing for about 3 or 4 days, and we have a window of 2 days of great weather. So we're going to do a summit camp. So that'll be exciting. Wind chill of -12, wee bit of cloud in the morning, but otherwise should be relatively calm. Should be. We'll see when we reach the top. We're currently in the Hans Heiberg Road, one of the many Norwegian named roads in this area. It's owned by a Norwegian renewable energy company, so it gives it a really nice character, and you would be fooled for believing you were in fact in Norway with just how white it is. What do you think? Better than last time?
No problem.
He's saying that instead of absolutely. And so the patter begins. What a beautiful place for a house. Absolutely fantastic. As always, I was overheating, so I've delayered a bit, taken my hat off. Luckily for us, this trail is about 3 kilometres long, and it warms up the body very nicely. It's always tough when you wake up early and start climbing. The views have really started to open up about here. In front of us we have our objective just up here, and we will travel behind this hill here to Corsorin, and where Hubert's standing taking a picture, we have Cairnsmore of Carsfairn, and it is absolutely white. It's fantastic. We also have the lands of Galloway over there, again white, lots of pine. There's lots of felling in this area, which is a shame, but it's a commercial felling area, so to be expected. He's loving the snow. This takes you to Loch Dungeon and Loch Minnoch. We will circumvent that by continuing up on the left hand on Hans Heiberg Road. We have come to the end of the trail now, and behind me, underneath the snow, the path now leads up the hills, so it's going to get a lot more challenging. Let's go! We're about halfway up the Meikle Lump, which is behind me here. It's a wee bit windy over this outcrop, so just standing here, but we're going to have a break here. I've put the bonnet back on because the wind is really cold, but I wanted to just mention something quickly before we head up here. When you break the tree line off the access road, you come up here, but essentially there's a stone dyke wall that travels all the way up the side of the hill, and that will take you right over the ridge to Millfire. I think we're about 3/4 of the way up the Meikle Lump. There's a wee bit of scrambling down there, it's really icy and almost vertical, but we made it up. you think of the wee loch?
Absolutely amazing.
That's great.
Quite chilly now.
Aye, it's quite cold. Hubert's trying to go for a swim. This is the wall that I was telling you about. It runs all the way down. See a bit of spindrift there? Lovely. But that means it's a wee bit windy. But I cross this wall over onto the Meikle Lump, then over onto Meikle Millyea. We've reached the Meikle Lump. The views are tremendous. See the spindrift up here. It's very windy. Found a wee loch. And the views east are absolutely fantastic. What do you think?
No problem. Oh, it's absolutely amazing.
We're knackered.
Some folks try to walk in nice.
We're breaking trail with these heavy bags on, and the snow's up to our knees, so it's really not easy. Really saps the energy, but we'll press on. Well, it's official. Meikle Millyea in the snow is a bastard. We're 100 metres from the top, and between wind, freezing winds and knee-deep snow breaking the path, I am absolutely knackered. But what a view, man! Check this out. You can see all the way down into the Lake District over there, right across the east of Scotland. Galloway, that wall. Oh man, it's fantastic. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad up top. It probably will. The plan is, if we get up the top, we're going to decide whether to press on along the ridge tonight or whether to come back down a wee bit, find some shelter and pitch the tents. We'll see what happens. But let's get to the top and see what's what. Coops, jump up. Hey! After what seems like an eternity, we finally made it to the summit of Meikle Millyea at 741 metres. A meagre 741 metres in knee-deep snow with 65 litre rucksacks full to the brim. Anyway, job done for this summit. We will be heading along here, but we've yet to decide whether we're doing that tonight or tomorrow. It's currently 2 o'clock, which leaves us an hour and 40 minutes until sunset, so we'll see what happens. How do you feel after that?
Absolutely amazing. So beautiful view.
What about falling in the loch?
I can't remember this.
Oh, of course, of course. See, you'll notice we're chirpy again now that we're up the top. Morale was pretty low in that snow, so there's not as much nonsense as the last videos. But hopefully now we've done the hardest bit of the trip. We'll find somewhere to camp, get some photographs, and hopefully have a good night. Pitch found. The tent's pitched. It's absolutely freezing. The wind's picked up, which wasn't forecast, so that's nice. I'm currently trying to boil up some water for some coffee and soup here, but it's taken forever. Coops is cold too, but he's got his jacket on. I've got a sleeping mat for him and a sleeping bag. So when the photography's done, I'm probably just going to retreat into the tent. What do you think?
I think it's a little good. Watching movie, Paul.
What are you watching?
Wild Camping Scotland Glen Coy Cairngorm.
I don't know if you can hear that, but he's watching a video about Cairngorm. Who's it by?
Sorry?
Who's it by?
Pasta Bolognese.
Pasta Bolognese. Who is it by?
I don't know, William Wallace.
William Wallace. Walk with Wallace.
Walk with Wallace.
We're sort of warmed up now. Coops has got his wee sleeping bag. I've got my sleeping bag. But I wanted to do a bit to camera. I'd already recorded this wee bit, but I felt that I had to do it again because when I first got into the tent, I was despondent and really negative, and I feel like sort of from halfway up this hill, the tone of the video has been really negative. That's not what I want it to be about, but I wanted to explain why. I've been thinking about this as I've been lying in the dark, not being able to sleep, and I've been reading this book called Cairngorm John, which was written by the leader, or the older leader, of the Cairngorm Mountain Rescue Team. Amongst all the stories, there are tales of tragedy, and he goes into great detail to explain these tragedies, and they've really affected my mind, especially with the changeable conditions that we've been in, with the clag rolling in for sunset. It's really been playing in my mind. I kind of stopped recording because I was just so cold, but I'm feeling better now. The tent's not pitched properly because there's lots of rocks underneath all the snow. But anyway, right, good night, and I will see you in the morning. Good morning. It's been a long, cold night. My sleep wasn't too bad, but it took me quite a while to get to sleep. But as you can see, the skies have cleared up. It's currently minus, what's the temperature?
-5.
-5. So we're all layered up. The hands are absolutely Baltic and it's hard to do anything with these gloves on, but oh, landscape photography. I found this composition last night and I just loved how simplistic it was. You've got the three main subjects, and then far off in the distance you've got the lands of Galloway covered in snow with an icy haze. It's working really nicely, but my favourite shot actually came from last night. We're still waiting to see if the sun will pop through over here so you get some side light. I did get that last night, and the shot It was really nice, really subtle, and because of the clag, even though it was freezing, all of this background was either extremely subtle or blanked out, and it worked really well, especially when the sun was setting behind me over here. Well, I've broken camp. The sun is now well and truly up. We're ready to go. Put the bags on. Leave no trace. It's where the tents were. No rubbish, no shite. Just a bit of melted snow. So the plan is now to head up to the summit of the Meikle Millyea, and if Corsoran is clear, we're going to do the ridge. But if there's clag, we're just going to go back down the way we came. Let's go and find out what's happening. Right, we're back at the summit. As you can see over here, the views are great, blue skies, but Corsoran is all clagged in, and there's still plenty of clag over in the valley and over here. Blue skies other than that, but it's quite a long hike over there, and we know it takes about 3.5 hours to get back down to the car. It's currently 11 o'clock. This took us about 4 hours just with that snow. So we're just going to head back down the way we came. And we think that's the smartest thing to do, the safest thing to do, because the temperature's dropped and we don't want to be getting caught in adverse conditions. So it's definitely easier coming down through unconsolidated snow. I might actually make it down in better time. I'm really enjoying this walk down because we broke trail yesterday. It's actually making life a lot easier, although it's still quite slippy in places. That's down to the knees again. Watch this. Mental. I'm back at the Meikle lump. Hubert's just behind me here, and if you look up at the summit, you can see the clag has started to roll in over there. I'm glad we didn't stay up there. It's currently 11:40, so it's taking me 40 minutes to get back down here. And hopefully it won't take too long to get back down to the forest line from here. It's still really cold, still really windy, as you can probably hear. But, really enjoyable experience. If you've never experienced just how wild Galloway is, now's your chance. Look at all that open space. Nothing for miles and miles and miles. Perfect for getting away from it all. Hubert's had the jet boil on the go, and we've got a coffee. We're slumming it up with some Nescafe cappuccino. I just wanted to make a quick note on mountain safety, so before I left I made sure to leave a note of the route we were going. So it was up here, the Meikle Millyea to Corsoran. Of course we haven't done Corsoran, but I've just had a phone call from the police. They traced my registration number, found my phone number, then phoned me just to make sure everything was okay. So thumbs up to the police, doing a great job. I feel like I'm being looked after, and you should do the same. Always leave a note of where you're going, no matter how long for, just in case. You never know what happens up in the mountains. We've successfully managed to scale the scrambly bit, which is just frozen boulders, and now it's just a case of making our way down through frozen bog. It wouldn't be Galloway if your boots didn't get covered in mud. So I've only got a wee bit of battery left, so I think I showed you plenty of the route in, so I'm going to end it here. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, share it with all your friends. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. Say goodbye, Hubert. I'm Scott Cameron Monsto, the Ayrshire photographer. This has been Meikle Millyea in the Galloway Hills, and remember, go outside, it's good for you.
Very go. Give a hand. Hand. Well done. Congratulations.